Hey guys, just a really short video. I think Friday was the day to buy because, as you can see here, it was at 337 and it jumped to 338. Basically, a 30 cent gain in just one trading day. Now, granted, 20% of the market is shorting this, so it has a potential to keep going lower. It was at under 3 not that long ago. But I think there's earnings coming up in less than 10 days, and if that's good, and you got 20% of the market shorting it, could have a little short squeeze. But I think it's low enough now that if you take say $23 as maybe the high, and it's at if you bought it at 3 and your range is 3 to 20, I think it's a good chance that you're going to make money. Now, who knows? I mean, this thing could keep going down, keep getting shorted down to 1 or under 1, and but as far as their debt goes, I think their biggest problem was their biggest creditor basically was only making partial payments on what they owed them. But I think they sold some hospitals, and if they don't cut the dividend, I mean that's a crazy dividend. Maybe I should have got in. A couple months ago, back in December, for that crazy dividend yield. But yeah, I mean, if this thing shoots up to 20 again, let me see, you buy it at 4, what's that, 5 times your money? I think it's worth it. I think it's worth a risk. Let's see. And look how low the book value is. The book value is 0.25. The book value per share is $13.84. They got $10 billion in debt. But they should be back to profitable post-pandemic. They don't have that much cash on hand, but according to this, they got $340 million cash. But the price to book is 0.25, so that tells me you're getting a 75% discount. 4 PE is under 10, but I don't think that's accurate because here it says they lost money. They lost 6 cents per share. But anyway, I'm just starting a little small position. I bought 100 shares. Um, oh, they already had an earnings call. Oh no, it'll be February the 21st. So if it's bad news, I expect it to go back down, keep going down. And if it's good news, we might even see a squeeze up to, I don't know. I don't know what it could go to, $8 maybe, $9. In the short term, and maybe in the long term, maybe even retest the 20s. Maybe not the 20s, but maybe 15 or so. I think, when you start talking 4 or 5 times your money, I think the downside risk is minimized. I don't think they're going to go bankrupt. I think with them selling those hospitals they did, they're good for the next 1 to 2 years. Now they probably will cut their dividend, is my guess, but I'm not sure. Because if you're a landlord and you're not getting paid rent every month, or you're only getting paid like a quarter of the rent you're due, you may not be paying the full dividend because you're not getting paid. You're not getting paid, so how can you pay out? But something to watch here. But just note that 20% of the people are shorting this one. Now, granted, I would have loved to pick it up under 3, and maybe I should have bought some Friday, because I think I did peek at it Friday and saw that it was. Yeah, it would have been nice to buy some in the 330s, but can't have it your way all the time. Even if $5 is I think in the short term, $5 is very realistic, especially with a short squeeze. If they just have one positive earnings or 1 or 2 good news, I mean, it was up 8% today, and there was no news that I could see. But if they almost had $1 billion in earnings, not in revenue, but in earnings, I mean, their revenue was only 1.5 billion, and out of that 1.5 billion, a billion of it was profit. I mean, that's bonkers. Even this one in 2021, I mean, 1.5 billion revenue, 600 million was in profit. I mean, the market cap's only 2 billion. You can buy the whole company. All those hospitals were $2 billion, and all those hospitals, rehabs, or whatever they own. I mean, if they have another year like this one in 2022, I mean, you basically get your money back in 2 years. Which would be a PE of 2. Now, granted, you know, they could keep getting shorted down to oblivion, and maybe under $1. I don't know, and then you got to keep doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, but eventually. I don't know when, but I think at some point this thing will turn around. So anything under 4 here, I think, is a buy. When you start talking $5, to me, like, there really wasn't that big of an upside. I mean, yeah, it could maybe go to 15 back then, you know, but there really wasn't that much upside. I would, you know, if you're just getting maybe 3-1 if you're right, lose your investment if you're wrong. Now I think there's more wiggle room to be right. So, you know, when you start talking $20-$25 compared to 3 something, I mean, that's a big wiggle room. But yeah, it was up 8% today. So I mean, if you owned it pre today, you already made 8% on your money. Congratulations to you. I hope all you have a good day.